Let's bring in ABC's Katherine Faulders live on Capitol Hill for more on this. Katherine, we're going to see video testimony from members of former President Trump's inner circle, including his own daughter, Ivanka, his son-in-law, Jared Kushner. What can we expect to hear from them?
Yeah, we know that Ivanka Trump, Donald Trump Jr., Jared Kushner spoke to committee investigators behind closed doors for hours. Now, it's important for a variety of reasons. On the one hand, Ivanka Trump was with her father in the Oval Office the day of January 6th, one of the few aides around him. She is said to be present for one of those calls that Trump made to then Vice President Mike Pence, urging him to overturn the election. That is of serious interest to the committee. They haven't been able to get much information about that call, but she was present for that call, so we could hear more about that as well. She was also part of the group of aides. There was very few of them. Former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, the former White House counsel, and Ivanka Trump. Aides in the White House were calling her up, trying to get her to pressure Trump to release a statement telling the rioters to go home. The committee wants to learn more about that as well. Now, as for Jared Kushner, her husband, we know that he was not at the White House the day of January 6th, but in the days after the riot, how he tried to distance himself from the theories about overturning the election. That's important as well.
All right. And Republican lawmakers have called this committee illegitimate and partisan because Nancy Pelosi blocked some of their appointments, including some congressmen who have since been subpoenaed by the committee to testify. So what is that whole conversation? What does that do for the credibility of these hearings?
It's important to remember that Republicans are the ones who actually voted against the bipartisan 9/11 Commission-style panel that Democrats and some Republicans wanted to investigate this in the first place. So that's one thing to remember. Also, at the same time, audio has been revealed from various Republicans in Congress, including GOP leader Kevin McCarthy, in the days right after the riot took place, saying that he was going to have a conversation with Trump about whether he's considered resigning. A lot of this audio is coming to light that they, behind the scenes, to members of their own caucus, were very, very concerned about what unfolded here on Capitol Hill.
Now, so much of this documentary footage focuses on the Proud Boys. 5 of them were just charged with seditious conspiracy. So what role are they expected to play in these hearings?
So we'll see tonight this documentarian who embedded himself with these groups. You mentioned the Proud Boys, also the Oath Keepers. You saw in John Carl's package there that underground meeting. He was present for that. I believe that meeting that you're seeing right there on the screen has no audio. What can this witness offer about that particular meeting and what was said and the motive behind that? That's important. You see that it's from the U.S. Attorney's Office, District of Columbia. The Department of Justice has been heavily focused on these militia groups. So we'll learn more from this witness tonight who embedded himself with those groups. I think this video will be very, very important to the committee's investigation, but also in the parallel investigation that the Department of Justice is doing as well.
Now, the committee is also investigating the Trump team's legal effort to overturn the results of the 2020 election. That focuses on a strategy involving Vice President Pence potentially rejecting electors from contested states on January 6th. What do we know about how close that plan came to being put into action?
Yeah, this will be fascinating. So court documents have come out from some of the committee's lawsuits that have specifically focused on this one Trump lawyer. You probably heard a lot about him, John Eastman. He was the mastermind behind this in a way. He was sending emails to various other Trump lawyers. We know Rudy Giuliani was involved, for example. Pence even sought outside counsel to essentially tell him what was legal and what wasn't. Now, we are learning that Pence's former counsel in the White House, Greg Jacob, is expected to testify in an upcoming hearing. It's also important, you mentioned these lawyers and the legal theories. We know, and we reported exclusively earlier this week, that the former White House counsel is in talks with the committee to appear. We know that he told the former president multiple times that a lot of this was illegal. The committee wants him to appear alongside other top Justice Department officials who are also shutting down these theories that were being pushed by top DOJ officials as well.
All right, Katherine Faulders on Capitol Hill, thank you. And ABC News Live will carry tonight's hearing live starting at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.